Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the paper mushroom. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. All the materials will be linked below the video along with the template for your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. And I also have a print version for hand cutting for those that don't have a cutting machine. I also mostly use cardstock paper, text weight 65 pounds, and start with this stem and circle piece. I added the floral wire so that I could stick them into a planter later, but you could also make the mushrooms without the stems. You'll need to bend the tip of the wire and glue that to anchor on the circle piece. This is the first mushroom version, and I'll be showing you a second version after. This will be having a flat top, and I like to add color on one side with gouache paint or watercolor. You could add red or beige or get creative with this color. And I use this ball tool to help shape the edge to curl up. And I also shape by going towards the center of the circle. I'm just trying to make it have some shape and not be totally flat like a piece of paper. Next is the stem part, and roll this piece and slightly crease it as you go, and it should have a crinkled look. Then open it back up and fold back the top tabs. And there is one side where it has jaggedy edges, and that's the side I add glue and glue that on top of the smooth side. Then add that onto the stem and glue the tabs onto the bottom of the circle. Next, I just wanted to show you if you are cutting this by hand. The shapes are easy to hand cut, and there is a trick to cutting this next part. You could hand cut the shape, or you could cut a square and fold it down the middle and fold it down the middle again. And make sure you are grabbing the folded edges on the bottom, left and right. And now you could see this shape and cut that through. This way, it'll be easier to cut multiple at a time. Then cut down the middle on only one of the petals. If you have a Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines, it is easier to copy and paste this pattern and cut 12 pieces on one letter size paper. I also have a guide to help you fold it correctly on the template. You will need to be fan folding this piece in eighths. Fold it in and back on the same half petal size. It will crease through the center of the petal shape. Then fold in and out on the same half petal shape until you get to the end. This will be added to the bottom of the mushroom top, and it will look like little ridges. Go ahead and finish through 12 pieces in folding it like this. Next, glue the end piece and connect another piece on top facing the same direction and connect all the 12 pieces on top the same way. You are just stacking them on top of each other. Then when you open it up, it should naturally create a circle, and go ahead and glue the two ends to fully connect the circle. Then you are making the flat side of this go towards the circle end of the stem. And add glue onto the circle and add this on top and gather the pieces to go as close to the stem and try to evenly spread out the ridges. Next, glue that onto the mushroom top and go through the edges and gently press down the edge to have it go over the ridges. Next, if you want to make the stem longer, I have another stem piece and I do the same shaping and gluing and just add it below. It naturally gets stuck into each other, but you could also add a little bit of glue to help secure it. I also added another one below that. This will make my mushroom taller, and I was going to make a couple more that will be a little bit shorter so you could add more or less to the stem. Next part is the second mushroom version, and I'll quickly show you how to cut the hand cut one. This will be part of the template for those that don't have a cutting machine. The shapes are pretty easy to hand cut. I like to cut this square and fold in half and half again, and you'll see the shape, and go ahead and follow the cut lines, and when you open it back up you should be able to see the pattern. And the same way you can do this for the ridge pattern that will be going on the bottom of the mushroom top. This shape is a little different from the first mushroom. You could also change the size for this, make them bigger or smaller, but I have a suggested size, which is the size I'm making for this video. I'm going to first start with the mushroom top, and this version is more like a dome like on top, and I add white glue where the cuts are, and some cuts are longer and some are shorter, and I added a little bit of glue and glue the left side on top, and it should overlap a little less than halfway into the shape for the longer cuts, and for the shorter cuts you could glue and overlap a smaller amount. Do this to all the cuts and it should start naturally shaping into a dome. Next, get the shaping tool I'll be linking below and start pressing it in towards the cut we overlapped. And it should help smooth out the area. And I shaped this for a long time to naturally create a dome-like shape. I've seen other artists make paper mushrooms with paper mache, which is a great idea, but I think it's always easier to work with just cardstock paper if possible. I think the top still came out good enough to just stick with the cardstock paper. You could definitely give it a try with paper mache though. I also try to go through the edges and make it all smooth. You'll have to slowly shape this because if you rush through this, it will add creases that don't look clean. Next, I fold in the scallop edges. Then grab floral wire and the circle piece for the second mushroom version and add a hole and add the floral wire with the bent end. Next is the same stem piece. Roll up the stem piece and add some creases as you roll and glue on the jaggedy edge and add that on top of the smooth edge and fold down the tabs on top and glue that to the circle and stem. Next are the ridges, and this version is slightly different. You will need to start from the corner and fold in the tabs and fold back down the middle of the pattern, and we are fan folding forward and backwards in 8ths, and you will also need to have a total of 12 pieces for this. Next, I take the folded shape and hold onto it tightly and glue the tabs and add it right against the circle. The folded edges are on top and the non-folded edges should be facing down. I'll be doing the same thing with the second piece, but when I glue it to the stem, I'll be gluing it right across the first one. The next two, I'll be gluing it perpendicular, so when you look at it from the bottom, it'll be like a plus sign or like the letter X. Then I take two pieces and glue it on top, on the corners only, and take the two that are attached and glue that in between and fill in the gaps between the plus sign. Go ahead and finish adding all the rest of the pieces in between and work in the increments of 2. Next, glue the circle and add into your mushroom top, and you could add more of the stem piece below if you want to add a taller stem. Next, I wanted to show you my red mushroom top, and I added white tissue paper balls and added that on top. I do use white glue to add them, and you can definitely get creative with different colors. I really like this red one. You could see both my neutral beige color mushroom and the red ones with the tissue paper balls on top. I added them to a pot with moss in this arrangement of 3. Try making them yourself. Please like this video below and subscribe. Thank you for watching.